I just put my sunglasses on. I still got one more thing to do. One more thing. My wife, Jason, has me running a million errands here. I just put my sunglasses on just now. And it started to rain. Maybe if I take them off, it'll stop. Didn't work. Anyway, we got 2 barns left. We got Jason's barn and Kevin's barn. Let's start with Kevin's barn. Kevin's barn's got a lot going on for it. I know we had a little bit of a problem yesterday. So for those of you who maybe didn't watch the opening video, I had sent an email off to Woodbine making a small complaint that they can't not race Timo Houdini against Sebastian Yu, right? Virtually in the past, what Woodbine has said was all stable horses are one entity. You can't do that, right? There's no commonality between Sebastian Yu and Timo Houdini, none, except for me being the MCO on them both. There's no commonality there, and it's really frustrating because Timo Houdini hasn't raced since June 18th, and Kevin has been entering him since. We're going on a month. So, hey, it stopped raining. My statement was simple. If I can't develop our young horses in Ontario, then why am I bringing and keeping them in Ontario? Simple as that. Timo Houdini's not a young horse, but unfortunately he broke his foot last year, and we're bringing him back to the races. So whether he's a 4-year-old coming back from an injury, a 3-year-old beginning a career, or a 2-year-old, we're still trying to develop these horses. And to think that these now winners of 1, now winners of 2, or now winners of 3 horses are not important because it's a stable problem, then that's probably the most naive thing I've ever heard. Those will turn into now winners of 4, now winners of 5 horses, and they have to race somewhere. So virtually, this day and age, everything's changed, right? COVID-19 has screwed everything up, the world in itself, but it is made racing go from an industry that had massive shortages everywhere to entry boxes having 200 or 300 horses in at a time because there's no turnover, right? There's no horses racing in March, April, May, June, might get a rest till the fall. Not now, because they didn't get a chance to race. So everybody's racing at the same time. I get that, but rather than counterpunching like we usually do throughout time in horse racing, we should recognize that we are facing a little bit of a problem. And I can't tell you the answer. I don't know the answer. There's got to be one out there, doesn't there? So, my email was quite clear. First off, and I think everybody should start any email when it goes to anybody at Woodbine with thank you. I mean, these people have shown leadership far above and beyond anybody else in the industry, and very, very proud of what they did. Having said that, I do have a problem and I do have a grievance. So hopefully we can get to the bottom of that. Kevin had called me. He was quite upset. I had called one of the major owners in Timo Houdini, Ed Safey, who's been with us since we bought the horse at the sale, and apologized and said, Ed, I'm working on this. We'll see if we can get to the bottom of it. Worst case scenario, we may have to send Houdini and I know Sebastian Yu, if he races Good Tuesday, he'll be leaving for Pennsylvania. But I shouldn't have to send horses away because we don't have racing opportunities in Ontario. These are quality horses that could turn into decent horses down the road. And I got to be honest, if they leave, there's no rush to bring them back. So at some point in the fall, Woodbine's going to be looking for now winners of 2, now winners of 3 trotters. We have them. You just can't have them because they're not here. And I don't want that to happen. So hopefully we can come to some sort of an agreement moving forward. There just simply shouldn't be a reason that Kevin McMaster can't race against Harry Poulton. The owners aren't the same just because they're racing. And I said, if the stable, whatever, if the name the stable wasn't on the ownership at all, they would have to take the entries, right? There's no common owners. So it'd be Kevin McMaster owned by 4 people or a different stable name. I said, so virtually what you're telling me is I have to skirt the rules. I have to change the ownership stable on the horses, take myself off as MCO of the horses so that they can race against one another. You want me to break the rules, knowingly break the rules because you guys don't want to change them? I mean, we're in a different day and age. And unless you're saying, we don't need the stable to grow any bigger, just keep it smaller, fine. We all know where that ends, right? That ends with 1 or many, many more horses leaving this country. And I don't want that. So hopefully we can come to an agreement. As I said, a lot of respect for what Woodbine's accomplished thus far. On the big, big scheme of things, it's a very small problem, but it is one that I finally had to break down and say something, and hopefully hopefully it's taken serious. Anyway, Kevin's Barn, Adrenaline Rush, raced great last week. Got locked in. I suspect James and everybody else, and me included, in hindsight, wishes he had just come with the horse. But again, that's hindsight. James thought he'd be able to, at the time when he had to move, Jody, I think it was Jody in front of him, was closer. And usually there's, you find room to race. But Jody's horse walked, and James ended up trying to sneak out with Adrenaline Rush. And you can't sneak out with babies sometimes. They just get a little bully, and he ended up hitting Dougie. And that was that. Hopefully you get a chance to race next time for a horse that was doubled up, in an incident, so to speak. And then because of the incident, wasn't really pushed the whole way down the lane. Pace 54, come 28 seconds. I know No Free Lunch raced great, and I know that Brilliant Corners look brilliant, but Adrenaline Rush, no slouch, and people should pay attention to that. Next is Better's Hope. Better's Hope. I'm looking for answers for Better's Hope. I apologize. I'm going to have to send out a note, an email, a message on our platform, explaining how Better's Hope is. I haven't been able to get a hold of Kevin today. Works hard, and he's got to go race at Kawartha. So either he's on his way to Kawartha, or he is preparing to leave for Kawartha. May not have looked at his messages yet. So Better's Hope, I'll be sending out a note for him. I hope he trained better this week. If he didn't, we may have to give him some time off. Here's a Better's Delight colt. Very strong family, good-looking colt, strong colt. If he's not ready to go, he's not ready to go, but I'll have an answer for you one way or another this weekend. Brushcut is racing tonight at Kawartha Downs. I'm not looking for magic, just looking for him to rebound and have a good mile in him. So we'll see how that works out tonight. Broadway Roll is supposed to race tonight. I know she had a high weight count. She had a high weight count the other day, or not a high weight count, a high muscle count. Not crazy high, 1,060. It's a little higher than you'd like to see, and that will be up to Kevin what he does. She may or may not race this evening at Kawartha Downs. Cruising in Style is ready to go. He's going to qualify one more time this coming Tuesday, I suppose, and then he's off to the races, literally. Don't believe me, just watch. His training down well. He's probably been in 25, something like that. He's closing in on getting qualified. Frontier Cruise was training this week and was going to race next week. Melissa McKee had done some work on him, found a few little spots on his left hind, which were a problem moving forward. They're now fixed. Kevin was going to train him harder today. Again, I haven't talked to him. And then was going to put him into race next week. So that's the plan with Frontier Cruise. Hometown Boys will race next week, I suspect. Is he racing today? I don't think he's racing today. He'll race next week, I suspect. Decent miles last start. Again, just want to see him keep moving forward. They used him pretty hard the other day. Yes, he was passed down the lane, but trotted 59. 2-move race for him. Raced well. I'd like to see him continue to build on that. Miss Brampton Beast drew poorly on Tuesday in the grassroots. That sucks. Hopefully she can bounce back. I don't know what kind of trip her or Need Your Opinion are going to get from 8 or 9. But we'll see. We'll see how they are. It'd be nice to see them get some money. Sunshine in May, a little kick in the butt with Sunshine in May as far as not being able to race in the Prospect Series. I wasn't aware that she had to pace in 2 minutes at Mohawk to be able to race in the Prospect Series. She can race at Grand River, just not in that particular series. So we're probably just going to get her a race and an overnight race this week. Cirrus Blue Chip was to the vet on Monday. A few little spots found on him. He'll be back in to go next week. Taimel Houdini, the point of contention at the start of this email. Taimel Houdini should have got in last week, should have got in this week, and didn't get in either. And hopefully that will precipitate a rule change from Woodbine, whereas Kevin McMaster can race against Harry Poulton fairly. They virtually, in a sense, what they've done is lump all stable trainers together, and that's simply unfair. The easiest thing is not always the best thing. In this case, it certainly isn't. You've had a group of people waiting for, we're going on a month to watch their horse race, and that's simply too much. We buy thoroughbreds if you're going to do that. So, Taimel Houdini will be in this week, and this will be rectified right away. I apologize to the ownership group of Taimel Houdini. Maybe I should have sent that email off 2 weeks ago, but as I said, Woodbine's just had a lot on their plate also, and I was hoping this would rectify itself, and it simply did not. Warwie was up, raced great last week, finishing third in 53 piece 54. He raced really, really good. Watch Av raced fantastic. He was a winner in 154 and won at Georgian Downs last week. And then Zeb Sunshine raced really, really good. I know he pays 55, but he saw a lot of the track. And Travis drove him good. He raced good. Really, really happy with the way Kevin has been managing Zeb Sunshine and Watch Ab. Hopefully they'll be in to go very, very soon. So we'll be back. We just have Jason's barn left. We'll be back in just a minute.